Okay, who we got? We got Green Boy. 2135. Wow, my rating. It pains me to see this 2043. We gotta work on that. A win here would be good. That would help. Okay, so far I am comfortable. Okay, we have a Rosalimo or Nesmedinov. Is that the other name for it? I don't feel like I know this variation particularly well, but I have a way that I like to play if they let me, which involves e5 here. I'm gonna briefly make sure I'm not mixing up some lines, but I think this is the part where I like to play e5. Yeah, and just take a grip over d4. I've had this position over the board a few times, but it's been a little while. I guess about a couple months. I had a game where I was black against a guy who was like slightly over 2,000 USCF. Okay, so I like to take with the D pawn and open up the D file for my pieces, which seems a little counterintuitive, but I saw Daniel Naroditsky do this in his speedrun, and I've sort of played this sort of system ever since then. And I've had some good online results. The over the board game was not a good result, but I don't think in that game, I don't believe he ever exchanged for the knight on c6. Okay, now I need to defend my pawn. But yeah, basically what I like to have happen is that hopefully white can't do much because he's just sitting here unable to play d4. Looks like this knight is going to come to c4. Then I'll have to think about the e5 pawn, so maybe queen c7. Just a little preventative defense. That seems fine. And then I can bring a... well, if I do that, I guess I have to ask myself, am I allowing d4 to happen? It seems like the answer may be yes. So perhaps I should not do that. I could play queen d6. No, but then he's hitting my queen. So that can't be good. I mean, maybe I can't really stop d4. I mean, he could probably even just play it, like if he really wanted to. Maybe the answer is just to pin this knight. Take away that possibility entirely. If I play bishop g4, I'm basically committing myself to trading the bishop for the knight, I think. But it doesn't seem so bad. It's hard to find another role for this bishop. I could play like bishop e6. I don't know, it's not too inspiring. I think maybe let's go for this. I just have to be sure there's no tactics since that bishop's undefended, but I see no tactics. So let's just go in for that. And yeah, if he ever plays like h3, I think I'm sort of committed to take it. Yeah, so I think I just take, and my claim will be that my grip in the center will give me the compensation. I mean, I guess it's not even a bishop pair. Like, I mean, it is a bishop. Like, I'm giving up a bishop for a knight, but it's not like he has two bishops to begin with. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, probably just castle. The problem that I frequently have in this system is that this knight is a struggling piece. I don't see why I wouldn't just castle here. Bishop g5 could maybe happen. I don't think it's a huge concern. Probably my queen wants to be on d7 or c7 anyway. Castling seems like a good idea. Gonna have to do that eventually. So I think so far so good. I mean, maybe white has a slight advantage, but I don't think black's really in any risk here. Like, if white's not going to be playing d4, then what is the source of white's play? b4? I wouldn't hate to see b4, I don't think. And in either case, either break, not that, but like one of these, you know, this guy's going to be a beneficiary. I think I still like queen c7, just keep an eye there and get ready to put rooks on this pawn. I don't really want my queen leaving the charge there. I mean, I think the next step is just to put a lot of heavy pieces on the d file and go after the weak pawn. Maybe there's some argument for h6, because bishop g5 is a little obnoxious. That would, you know... Then if I'm putting heavy pieces on d8, then my knight is forever pinned. I don't want to play f6, because that obstructs the bishop's x-ray of d4. I've made that mistake before, so... yeah. Okay, so should I play h6? It feels sort of slow. It might be too slow. If I play h6 and he starts putting rooks on the d file as I expect, then he'll be ready to play d4 if my queen moves away. Right now I have 4 protectors of d4. He has 2. My queen moves away, that's 3. If he gets a rook over here, that's 3. So he'd be ready to move in. So the question is bishop g5 that annoying? I think I better go ahead and just clear the back rank, connect the rooks. Also, you know, I mean, queen g3 could happen to try to put more pressure here, so... b5 is an idea I need to think about. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Probably bring the a rook over. I don't see why I would undefend f7. I don't see how f7 is really coming under threat, but nevertheless. Let's get that rook on over. Also, now I can maybe think about rerouting my knight one day. I think if he gives me a moment, I will play h6, because this seems so annoying. But if he is preparing to double, I will probably have to do the same. Okay, well, now this might be... This looks like he's preparing f4. He's also given me an interesting thought, which I hadn't otherwise thought of. he might play f4 anyway. I feel like f5 is right. f5 f4 is the move that concerns me from white. I don't know what I should do there. Maybe like bishop h6, is that anything? Probably just loses the e5 pawn. I don't know. But I feel I probably need to, you know, find some play. f5 would seem to fit the bill. I think he'll play f4. Okay, I'm playing f5 because I don't know what else to do. f4, maybe I play b5. Maybe I should have started with b. Yeah, I don't know. If he doesn't play f4, I think I'm happy. I had a game online also, or I can't remember. I can't remember if it was a game online or if I was just reviewing my OTB game in this similar line, where I did play f5. I must have just been reviewing that OTB game. And white took, I can't remember if it was immediately or later, but he took and I recaptured with like my knight or something. And after the game, the learning point I had is that I should have taken with the pawn, which feels odd to me. But, you know, I get this pawn duo that can start trying to attack. If I take with the knight, there's not really much attacking going on. So I think I'm going to stick with that read. If he takes, take with the pawn. I think taking's not good for white. It's allowing my knight to come into d5 too. Maybe even f4. So what am I doing against f4? I still don't know. Maybe I just capture. Yeah. Dang. I wish he had played something I knew what to do against. Maybe I just do nothing? King h8? I mean, I guess maybe white will be saddled with an isolated pawn if I just take. And he takes, and we trade a bunch of stuff. Maybe that's the way to try to proceed. I'm anticipating like this will get traded off for his pawn. Immediately, in fact. Yeah, I didn't think I really was that worried about that. I guess this knight can sort of irritate me. I mean, maybe I just take back. Taking here seems nice, though, because then my knight will have some squares. So yeah, I think I should take here first. Okay, he took with the rook. I mean, I guess I should just be up a pawn? I don't know. This is up a pawn, right? Like, if I take this? I have to be a little careful, I guess. Maybe it makes sense to throw in this trade first. What I'm worried about, if I take here and my queen gets drawn here, I don't even think there's really some trick. I just have to be careful that there's no like discovered check where like these got traded. I don't think it really exists though, but I might want to trade rooks anyway because my king's a little less safe than his. So maybe, and I could just trade pieces, win this pawn, go into an endgame. Okay, let's at least trade here. Oh, well, I mean, now if I do this, my queen's overworked, so I'm sort of committed to trading everything, I think. I could go here. I feel like I don't want to let this knight come here. Although, I mean, then I just take the pawn, I guess. I also could play rook f1. Rook f1 feels kind of right. Let's do that. I meant rook f8. Whichever one's legal. Yeah, now maybe just knight here and just keep everything all blocked up. There could be some idea to move the knight and play c4. But I don't think that that's ever working because I can take here. That hits the queen, and if rook takes, I mean, I'm thinking, you know, the knight moves, I would take this pawn. If he plays c4, I take, and then bishop d4 would be winning. It looks like, as per usual, my main problem is on the clock. So position wise, seems good. I should just be able to go up a pawn. I suppose there's like e6 here, but like then queen g3 exists. Could be annoying. Maybe it's not good. Yeah, I guess he could just do some discovered attack. Okay, he went back. I'm tempted to just play b5 and scoop up the pawn. But now when the knight moves, c4 might actually be a threat, which is, I guess, another reason to play b5. But I'm hanging c5. I don't want to do that. Let's just take this pawn. What's the worst that could happen? Okay, wait. Let's calculate. I mean, basically, I'm worried about rook d7. What if I just play queen f7? I guess I'll play rook f3. Yeah. Okay, I'm taking it. I don't know what else to do, so I'm just gonna take it. Take first and ask questions later. Okay, that wasn't the move I expected. Let's put some pressure on that bishop. Also keep defending here in case he decides he wants to sacrifice. Also, knight f6 might be a thing that I want to do to defend d7 from infiltration. Also, maybe knight e3. I have a lot of alsos. I didn't think about h4 when I played queen g5. Not sure where I will go. Okay. That one I don't think I hate too much. Is this pretty good? Threatening mate, threatening the queen. Oh, and threatening rook here? I don't think that's quite working. But it looks fun. Queen here is basically forced. There's rook check king h2. I just don't know where to go from there. It seems so close. Rook check king h2, knight g4. No, he can take with the queen. If he took with the pawn, even that probably doesn't work. Okay. So queen e2, rook check. I mean, are we doing stuff there? I might just have to go back with the knight somewhere. Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay. Wait, now this might work. Check there. Check. Oh wait. Oh no, because that's defended. Dang. Oh wait. What about c4? He can take the knight. Dang. Okay, let's throw in the check. Wait, this might be terrible because my knight's all pinned. Ah, I think I'm losing. My tactics were too cute and my time was too short. Yeah. I had fun though. Yeah, it's a shame about this legal move. I guess threatening this. I got 2 pawns for my bishop. So I'm getting a little checkmated. You know, these things happen. I guess if he goes queen here, I'll go queen here. Yeah, I'm gonna lose. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he just like moves the bishop. I was thinking about trying to go after these pawns, but I don't even know if that can work. I'll probably play bishop g3. That stops rook f2. But he'll have to like be careful if he does that, because then he could get mated. But I have to defend this, so I doubt the whole getting mated thing is gonna happen. Queen d2 might also be fine. Queen d2, I guess queen f5. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's attack the pawn. I mean, it may not be completely trivial for him to actually win. This rook's not very good. Okay, he wants to check me. And he wants to check me. Shoot. Okay, let's stop one check. Oh, wait. Oh, no, okay. For a second, I thought he was forking my rook, but he's just checking here. Which also seems bad, but... Maybe I'll play queen d5? I don't know. Oh, he just defended. I thought he would check and take my pawn. Okay. I have pawn majorities on both sides of the board. We're not going to make this easy for him. We're going to put pawns on light squares. That way his bishop won't attack them. I guess keep putting pawns on light squares. That's about the only idea I have. That's pretty much it. Okay, that probably does something. Not 100% sure which way to run here. We'll go to the center. Don't mind me, nothing to see here. Okay, I don't want him to take that pawn with check. I also don't want my king to go to the back row. Okay, take the pawn with check. See if I care. It might lose because of here. He's gonna have to move the b pawn, right? Like, there's no real way around that. I'm entertaining dreams of holding this. Because he conspired to put his bishop on the worst possible square. I mean, I don't know what he can do but play b3 or b4. Probably b3. If b4, I guess I take with the c pawn, and I'll end up with a passer here. He might not like that. So probably b3, and I think I also take that. Then play b4. Wow. So he calculated something. Okay. What about how you're losing your bishop, though? I mean, he might still be winning. It wouldn't totally shock me, but he does have this passer. Okay, I'll defend my pawn. I don't know why he was so. What was so bad about b3? Bring the king over. He might be scheming rook b5. I didn't want to go on the 4th rank because then b3 could happen with a pin on this pawn. Okay, let's keep running over this way. Okay, I'm not sure. Probably b3's winning. That's my feeling. Pretty sure. I was hoping that king c3 would work, but he can just take with the rook. So yeah, I guess I have to go over here. And I can't trade. So now I lose. Now, like, for real, I lose. If he leaves the file, I'll check. Okay, thank you. That makes it slightly more likely, but not too more likely. Yeah, there's still just no way. Just try to win some tempi here. Yeah, I guess that didn't really help anything, did it? I tried, though. Okay, so he basically moved the position up a rank, which is bad news. Okay. Don't really know what that's all about. Yeah, unfortunately he just wins easily. But we're gonna make him do it. We're gonna make him win. Here, check, here, check, here. Then I don't know what to do. Then I'm out of tricks. That's the win that I see. So I guess I don't go rook h1. I guess I go rook d7. That'll teach him. It also seems totally fine. King just can't do it all. No stalemates. No nothing. Alright, I resign. I fought valiantly. Okay, so I wonder if this rook endgame was ever a draw. Like, I don't know why the guy wouldn't just play b3. What's so wrong with b3? I mean, I don't like disagree. Like, if he saw this and just evaluated that this is probably winning for white, like, I agree. But why not just keep your extra piece? Like, it says this is a draw, but it wasn't a draw for long. I didn't run the analysis, but he already did, or somebody did. But yeah, this is just a draw now, according to the computer. We're not quite in table-based land? Not quite. So, let's see where it slipped away. This is all fine, supposedly. I mean, this is like one of those stupid things where like I knew king d4 was bad. I just didn't know what else to do. I think I just like thought that if I played rook a5, which it says is the best move, it might be the only draw. Okay, the computer's confused. Yeah, it looks like maybe rook a5 is the only draw. King c6, it's giving +1. I just thought rook a5, like, this looked scary to me. But it turns out it's a draw. I'm sort of conditioned to not ever trade the rooks unless I'm 100% sure. If I were better at chess, I would realize that this is a draw. But yeah, there's I'm really bad at remembering which ones it is, but there's sort of famously like queen versus pawn in games. On some files you draw, and on some files you win. I think this is a drawing file, if I remember correctly, and I'm sure that I'm not. But I think the reason that you draw when your pawn is on the bishop file is that at some point later, like, he threatens to play queen takes pawn, and then you play king a1, and if they take it, it's stalemate. I think that's that's the only reason you can draw this. I guess we can look at the table base now. It's not going to tell me the most useful moves, but okay, yeah, I mean, it just plays this right away. Like, okay, obviously no one's playing that, but let's say white checks. Wow, king c1 is losing, though. King c1 would be like my instinct, but it says king c1 is losing. Every other move draws. I guess these moves all make sense. Then defend the pawn. Okay, I don't know that I really want to run through like the whole thing. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's why you draw. Is because at some point there's like a stalemate trick. In some variation, there's a stalemate trick. Okay, so if he can't play... If rook b5 doesn't win... yeah, why not king h5? I guess the thing about king h5 is it lets me cross this without having to suffer b3. Since it'll be check. But it's still a hard move to play. Oh, it wants to go king c5. Oh. That makes sense. It does it that way. And then you have to move the rook. And then, okay, and then it just takes this pawn. I mean, this still seems like a pretty tenuous draw. But they say rook and pawn endgames are always drawn. Okay. Well, I don't know. That was sort of a difficult... Yeah. I don't feel too bad. I mean, what I feel bad about is I played a move that, like... I think I was about 95% sure that this was losing. So maybe I should play a move that I just, like, haven't even evaluated. Like, if I play a move that I just, like, haven't even evaluated... you know, there's some chance it's better than 95%. So it's kind of stupid to just play a move that I know loses. But probably what I'm more angry about, as often is the case in these videos, is I spent forever and I had no time, and my position was fine. Also, apparently I didn't see that this pawn was hanging. I at no point ever saw that the pawn was hanging. Like, I'm not saying, like I get, like, here I can't take it, I assume, because, like, rook d1. But at no point did I ever, like, consider the fact that it's hanging. I mean, also, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, somehow something good. But, like, now, I should definitely consider it because it's hanging and the knight, so. Okay, that's really bad board vision for me. F5 was right. All this was right. I'm a genius. It doesn't like that so much. I saw knight d5 was legal. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess I just wasn't sure. I mean, I was a little nervous with how open my king was. I mean, I basically got a better version. It doesn't like queen d1. Yeah, it wants bishop f2. That makes sense. I'm not saying that I saw that or considered it, but that makes sense, I guess. He ended up doing it anyway. Taking was right. I mean, it was pretty bad that from here I had, like, I'm better here. I'm up a pawn. And then I was just lost in, like, 5 moves. Basically because I was low on time and I attempted tactics that I, like, didn't actually have a tactical sequence figured out. I was just like, oh, this looks like it puts a lot of pressure on him. So let's learn from my mistakes. Okay, we already saw that. So basically here... I mean, this is pretty tough because my knight's hanging. Like, I really probably shouldn't even play knight e3. I didn't see queen d2 was, like, a legal defense. If I had seen that, I might not have done the whole thing, because now the knight's pinned, and I didn't actually think that rook... Like, I didn't actually have a winning continuation after rook f1 that I had found. But somehow I'm not lost here. I played knight g4 out of desperation. I was just like, I don't see any other move that does anything. Oh, I can play rook e1, I guess? I guess I just play rook e1 because he can't take it because the queen has to defend the mate. So I guess rook e1. I assume that's right. But still, I mean, I have to, like, think about h... That h4 doesn't do nothing. H4 gets mated. Okay, it's probably this. Wow, and then it says here Queen F2 is the only good move for him. I mean, yeah, I'm threatening knight F1. Oh, so I was this close. Like, he might find Queen F2, but yeah, I mean, he would see knight F1. 100% he would see knight F1. So he would move his queen. And queen, okay, and Queen F2 is the only square that you can not lose your queen. So he would 100% do that. So it actually, is it wanting like a repetition here? Is that what's happening? No. Oh, check. Yeah, I mean, this was definitely something. I'm still confused. Now how do I not lose material? I have to play like Queen C1? The knight can pop out and it's check, and you still can't take the rook because of all this checkmating stuff. So it looks like there's a repetition here. And it says that's how the game should end. Okay. Well, I mean, again, the big problem was getting too low on time. I never know, like, you know, was my time usage that bad, or was it just that my opponent played really fast? Because, I mean, my opponent has 11, 12 minutes left. But, I mean, that is partly because I play slow, I guess. So, I mean, I don't know how egregious the time usage is. Like, I don't know. It's hard for me to, like, sometimes the time usage is slow and I lose because I blunder in time pressure. And sometimes I try to not fall behind on the clock and I blunder because I'm trying not to fall behind on the clock. So, I don't know how. I've been playing chess for like 7, 8 years and I still can't figure this out. Yeah, there's just like nothing here. I mean, okay, it wasn't a terrible game. This like tactical sequence didn't really work. I fought reasonably well even though I was down a piece. And then wow, it says it's already a draw here. The C5 idea was that good. Wait, King F7 is winning, but or not winning, but drawing, and King F5 is not? Doesn't King F5 feel so much more natural? What could possibly be the difference? Like, I just wanted to threaten the rook and threaten this. Oh, so the problem is he can take H5 with check. Okay. I guess I believe it. Wait, do I believe it? Because, yeah, King G5. And then he swings around here. And I trap his bishop. And he just takes this. I mean, I agree that this is winning. That's sort of tough to find. It says rook a6 first is also winning, but it wants to force the black king over. That makes sense. Yeah, so, I mean, in any case, it was really weird to me that he didn't just play b3 at some point in this sequence. Like, I get that you don't want to do that, but this was sort of my plan. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or something. I mean, it still says white's better. Like, I mean, white's up a piece. So, yeah, I didn't really have any of this figured out. I mean, I guess he was just afraid. I think I never fully appreciated that, like, this pawn is going to fall. And maybe he just didn't like that. Thought I'm getting too much play. Or maybe he wasn't sure. But then he saw this line where he gives back the bishop for some pawns. And he's like, I'm winning. Which is not true, but it's close to true. I mean, practically, he's going to win this a very high percentage of the time. But okay, I guess, should I look at anything in the opening? before we get out of here? I think the opening was pretty okay. Not seeing that d3 was hanging was pretty bad. It doesn't love bishop g4. Let's play h6. I mean, castles. So I guess my question was, like, if I castle, can he just play d4? It says he can, but maybe he shouldn't. f5. Okay, I didn't think about that for 1 second. I like f5. Okay. I guess the computer's right this once. Yeah, mostly it was pretty good. But, like, not seeing D... How can I not see that D3's hanging? I mean, he didn't see it. He's better than me, so... Okay, I guess that's it for this video. Take care.